All right, everyone, it looks like we are now ready. Take two here. We have Electric Man and Spaghetti with their Toy Story 2 race. Take it away.
Cool. A little shorter intro this time now that we're a little behind schedule, but I'm Spaghetti. This is Electric Man. Izzy, which
Yeah,
you guys saw yesterday, she ran the Toy Story trilogy. She ran the PC version of Toy Story 2. We're going to be doing two different versions today. I'm running the N64, and Electric Man's doing PS1. So.
And I'll be running PC on the side. You just won't see it.
Oh, you actually are? Okay, cool.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, never mind. All right. So, Electric Man, if you want to just get to the screen before we start, enter there, and then we'll count down.
Definitely.
Cool. All right. So let me know when you're there.
I'm on the loading screen. Are you on the loading screen?
Yeah.
On Jesus?
All right. So timer is gonna start on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So
Izzy, what do you like?
yeah, if Izzy wants to explain the game a little bit.
Yeah, so this is Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. This is a game from 1999, and it's very similar to, like, SM64, kind of that collectathon 3D platformer type of game. This game, in each platforming level, there are 5 different tokens that you're able to collect. There is a boss token, which each of our runners are going to get right now. There is a coin token, which requires us to collect 50 coins. So they're going to be collecting 50 coins throughout the level. There's also a collectible token, which requires us to get 5 collectibles and bring it back to the collectibles owner. So they have both collected the first sheep, which is the collectible for this level. There's also a race token, which requires completing some sort of race or time event. And there is also a puzzle token, which just requires some sort of puzzle or platforming challenge, just kind of a generic token. So right now, Electric Man is about to do what's called an extended double jump to get over to the sheep. And that is basically, like the name implies, just extending your double jump. Spaghetti's about to do it here as well. It's a lot harder than it looks, and its base is definitely an essential movement tech to this game if you wanna. There's lots of jumps that require it.
Yeah, I would say.
So Electric Man here. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say that that's like the first instance where you're gonna use that extended double jump. It's like the first spot you want to like practice. It'll get you really good at extended double jumps throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not good at
So right now
extended
here,
jumps.
Electric Man is doing the race token. Usually you're supposed to race all around this van, but what you can do instead, which Electric Man just did, is you can kind of, the race trigger, you can get on top of the van using the shovel, Spaghetti's doing it right now, and just kind of complete all 3 laps and kind of cheese it like that, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so
And
here
here's
is
our
where...
first difference in
Yeah,
the
so
in the
right
console.
here is the
Normally,
first difference
Izzy
between-
did like the box to get up to the token quickly. I'm doing what's called a staircase clip, which allows me to clip and get on top without having to push the boxes. I'd say it's much easier than doing that box jump. Anyways, here's our first power-up, which is in fact the worst power-up of the game. Why?
It's
Jump.
useless.
You can't shoot, you can't spin, you can't shoot, spin, whatever. Look, and your jump height is reduced. It's just the worst power-up in the game. Yeah, again, the worst power-up in the game. I just had to demonstrate that real quick.
Spaghetti just did a wall clip, which is exclusive to the N64 version. Basically, you can just clip through that door and get to the token easier. So it's a lot faster than any other version, but that is N64 exclusive.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how each version has its own way of getting that token.
Yeah. There's the box jump, there's the staircase clip, there's the door clip, so many different ways.
Yep.
And coming up here, Spaghetti is going to be doing spoon jump, just jumping on the spoon. I think this is also a little bit different between the versions, but it's pretty much the same trick.
It's the same trick, yeah. Maybe the timing is a little different, but
Electric Man just turned in the collectible token and is about to go over to Ham to turn in 50 coins to get the final token. Spaghetti's doing that as well. And it looks like both runners are just about tied right now. Electric Man is just a couple seconds ahead right now. So very clean first level. That basically explains the entire structure of the game. Each platforming level has the 5 different tokens. There are 10 platforming levels, and then every third level, we are actually going to be having a boss level. So, both runners are now entering into Andy's neighborhood right now. And this is the 100% category, which means we have to collect every single token in the game, whereas in my trilogy run, we only had to collect 40 tokens in the game. So we are going to be seeing every single token be collected here.
So this lawnmower can get in the way.
Yeah.
And
Lawnmower is the worst.
Normally that does not happen, but now I will have to come back to that. That could sometimes happen. But alright, we're just gonna enter this race.
Both
All I gotta do
runners
is
are doing the race right now. Usually, the game wants you to come back to this level later, once you have unlocked a power-up, which are the rocket boots. But you can just kind of cheese the race by having RC Raymond to the back of you, and that allows us to cheese the race. If you remember from my trilogy run, I actually did this later on, but because we're both on console versions, because there's load times, and the load times are very long, it's actually faster to do the race this way rather than come back later. I should also probably explain the power-ups. So for every the game is kind of split into sections of 3 different levels. So we have Andy's house, Andy's neighborhood, and then we're gonna have a boss. For every first level in each section, you can collect a Mr. Potato Head piece, and that will allow us to unlock a power-up. We unlocked the Cosmic Shield power-up in the first level,
which is the worst power-up in the game.
It's definitely the most powerful power-up in the game, and no one can deny otherwise.
No, Izzy, you can't deny it. It's useless.
It is useless, but it is required for 100% because it is on the status screen, so we have to collect all the power-ups in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, so right here, both runners are going to be going up to the puzzle token. Usually you have to blow up a rubber duck and just do a small little puzzle, but you can just kind of swing off of this pole and jump all the way down and just barely get to the token. Oh, Spaghetti missed it.
I need to get a running start.
Alright, so Electric Man is heading up to the infamous tree. This tree is definitely one of the biggest, or probably the biggest, early run killer of the run. Just lots of tight platforming, lots of verticalness, lots of things can go wrong, and if you fall off, it is not a fun day for your run.
Yeah.
This is a big reset point, so let's see if both runners can do this. Along the way, collecting a bunch of points and collectibles as we're coming up.
Yeah, this tree is pretty... It's known to be pretty bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Wastes tons of time if you fall. One day, I remember in another Toy Story streamer's stream, everybody was just going through like old reviews of this game from the 90s, and like all the complaints were about this tree for some reason. There's like so many reviews.
What is it with infamous trees in Pixar games? There's a Bug's Life tree.
Oh.
So yeah. So Spaghetti is coming up to the boss, and here usually there are some invincibility frames in between each shot that you do to the Zerg fight. But if you come just outside the boss arena, the boss is invincible the entire time, so you can just kind of mash fire to kill the boss really quickly. Then he's going to drop down onto Ham, collecting the final coin to get the coin token. And now we're going to be trying to do a pretty tricky extended double jump to get over to this clothesline. Spaghetti just got it. And do pretty pink panty jump on that panty. That saves a second
Shouts
to get our final collectible.
Shouts out the PPPJ. Yeah, Thermal for finding it.
Alright. Electric Man is heading into the first boss level, while Spaghetti is just about to finish Andy's neighborhood right here,
Yay,
turning in the
swag
collectible
spread on
token.
the sauce. Oh, because I like being swag.
You'll also notice sometimes Buzz has kind of a dizzy animation, kind of a dizzy power-up that you can do. That's used to extend Buzz's hitbox sometimes when collecting collectibles or talking to NPCs, but it also can make for some pretty broken tech that we are going to be seeing later on in the run. So Spaghetti is heading into the boss right now. Looks like Electric Man's struggling just a little bit, but is almost completed.
My aim is off.
Okay, -2 apparently.
Now for the least popular level in 100%. The construction yard.
Yeah, so in any percent, you only collect like 1 or 2 tokens, depending on the route in this level. And that's because climbing up this scaffolding, this constructed building, is very annoying and is very cycles dependent as well. And the cycles are kind of RNG. You kind of just have to hope you get good luck with this. So both runners are going to be heading over into the house to collect the puzzle token, and we're going back to preschool. We're gonna learn our colors. Can you all tell me how colors work? I forgot. I know I did this yesterday, but I forgot how colors work.
Well, you don't want to ask me because when I ran this at a different marathon last week, I literally forgot.
Yeah. And what you saw me is a nod to Ring Rush. Ring Rush found that that filing cabinet you know, like jump to get to the tyke faster. Then you had normally we just climb up the pole that you see right over there.
You're
and
doing
playing.
orange first. That's a fun strat there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got used to doing it like that.
Yeah. The only color that matters is the only thing is you have to do purple last, and that is because there is you don't have to drag it back from the purple one at the end. So you definitely want to do purple last. But other than that, just getting purple, orange, and green is all that's required for this puzzle token.
Would now be a
Alright,
good time to
selecting-
read out a donation
Yeah.
that we have?
Yes, now would be
Go
a great
ahead.
time. Go ahead.
Perfect. We have a $5 donation from CloudEXE who says, Buzz, look, an alien! And that went towards the Buzz Lightyear poll for choosing the Toy Story 3 character. So thank you so much for that
Yikes.
donation.
I'm having a fun time doing that.
Shouts out to Cloud. That's my brother. Appreciate that dono.
Awesome. So both players are now climbing up the infamous scaffolding building, and Electric Man just barely looks like they missed the cycle, so they're gonna have to wait a little bit
We're just
longer.
gonna pray for a better like mid-cycle.
Yeah.
I'm praying for a.
Ah.
It's a bad start, but we're gonna get a good middle and probably good end. Yeah.
It is kind of tricky getting up on the because the way we climb up to the construction building, we're kind of cheesing it a little bit because what we're supposed to do on this bulldozer is bring the like arms down so that we can jump on that and get up there, but we just kind of jump on the side of it, which sometimes like you saw on mine, I actually fell off of it because it's kind of slippery since you're not supposed to be on there.
I will say, at least from my experience playing, the N64 version definitely has quite a bit of like input latency and also quite a bit of lag. The PS1 version also has a bit of lag, but the N64 version on console especially has a lot of lag, and I believe you are playing on an actual console, right?
Yeah, we're playing on console. That's the biggest drawback to this version, unfortunately, is the lag is pretty unbearable for some people, but I'm kind of used to it.
I personally can't play it unless I play on emulator.
Which is fine, totally fair to do that too.
Yeah.
I'm just a purist.
But I'm actually playing on the
Exactly.
PlayStation TV version of Toy Story 2, which is it's just tied for PS2 with fast disk speed.
Yeah, the PSTV is used just for faster load times and also, I think, a little bit less lag on the PSTV version as well. So yeah. Spaghetti is going to be dropping all the way down. We unlocked a shortcut there that allows us to quickly get back on top of the building with a little elevator. And now we are doing the race token. Slinky, for some reason, wants 5 wrenches. I guess he's gonna, like... I guess he's the foreman or the architect for this project.
Fountain.
You know, I call him Slinky a mechanic because the wrenches are used for mechanical tools.
True. Maybe he needs to fix his springs.
Yeah. Use the wrench to tighten his springs.
Yeah.
Alright, Electric Man's making his way back up. What happened is, the reason we can't defeat the boss while we're up here the first time is because we need a power-up, and Spaghetti is about to unlock the disc power-up, which is required to defeat the jackhammer boss at the top here.
I'm gonna do another swag strat on the jackhammer boss, I guess I know how to do it. We just go around in the circle in the middle.
Yeah, that's another difference between the versions. The disc launcher doesn't work very well on N64, so my strat on the boss is going to be a lot slower than what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, the disc launchers are quite buggy on certain versions. The N64 version, like Spaghetti says, buggy, and certain patches of the PC version are also quite a bit different and off. Thankfully, we have a patch that makes it quite a bit more normal for modern day runs. So Spaghetti is just making his way up to the building, is going to be fighting the jackhammer boss again. This is the big thing about 100% for Construction Yard, is that you have to climb the building twice, because no matter what, Potato Head's piece is up on the building, and you can't defeat the boss until you get that and come back down, so you always have to climb it twice.
Yeah, but thankfully with that shortcut, it's not as bad.
Yeah, the shortcut that you unlock definitely makes it a lot more bearable, and as long as you're fast enough with going down and getting the power-up and the coins, you're able to make pretty much a perfect cycle. Just need one more, collect that coin.
Yeah, so like you saw there, it's hit or miss if they hit or not. Sometimes they'll just bounce off them. You can like audibly hear the little bouncing sound effect. For whatever reason, it just doesn't hit them. Or they'll just spin around him forever and do nothing.
Yep, so Spaghetti has one more collectible to collect on top of this crane. This little tyke is definitely playing his luck trying to stand out there.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck he was doing over there.
Drop down, collect just a couple more coins, and drop down to Ham, and then get our last collectible here.
And here's the first difference in the two versions. I'm only gonna collect the one token for now. Well, I will have to come back to this later. However, Spaghetti will single visit this level because both the N64 and PC versions allow a single visit. But for PS1, we're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, so for Electric Man, he's just going to collect the race token and then head on over to the next level, whereas Spaghetti is going to be doing all of Alleys and Goalies using an N64 exclusive trick. There's also a way to do it on PC, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah, so we'll see it in a second, but essentially, the reason why we can do it is because, normally you would need the hook shot to be able to get the rest of the tokens here. Grappling hook, yeah, the grappling hook. I was thinking Zelda hook shot. In this version of the game and PC, you can do what's called a shadow box jump to get a little bit of jump off of a little piece of collision that lets you basically get to the rest of the level, which is pretty cool. But I'm not actually gonna do that version. I'm gonna do what I call the crack jump, which is something that's familiar with another Traveler's Tales game Bug's Life. That one utilizes crack jumps a lot, and I recently found that there's a way to do that in this game. So I was like, oh cool, I'll just do. For me, it's easier than doing the shadow box jump because I can't line that up correctly. So I found the crack jump to be easier. We'll see it in a second.
Yeah, so Spaghetti is continuing on with the level, gonna collect this first collectible here. And then is going to make her way out of the race area. And going to attempt to do the crack jump to get up to the boss, which would usually require the grappling hook. Meanwhile, Electric Man is currently in next level, Owl's Toy Barn, and is completing the boss. Collected the green laser power-up, which is basically just a rapid fire. The bosses are super easy. The bosses are super easy to defeat if you have the green laser. Literally, for half the bosses, you just hold fire, and that's it. Alright, so Spaghetti is coming up to the area here. Let's see if we can get the crack jump.
And that's the what I'm doing here is I'm trying to abuse another shadow box. It's not as bad as other versions. Basically, we're collecting all the tokens here without having to use another power-up, the hover boots. But just not getting
both runners doing single visit tricks at the same time. Love to see it.
That's cool.
I'm missing a lot. I think I'm on my like ninth attempt, 10th attempt.
Yeah, Spaghetti was able to get up to the boss area, and actually, fun fact, once you get up past the first area, all the grappling hooks are unlocked already, because they are like, of course you'll be able to, of course no one's going to be able to get up there without the grappling hook, so we'll just leave them unlocked for you.
Yeah, so then if you do make it up there, you can just grab them as a safety. You know. This area for me, I've always struggled with. Like we were saying earlier, the N64 version's super laggy, so
lots of input
yeah.
latency and lots of delayed jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Even the PS1 version also has a little bit of that, at least from what I've played. The PC version's definitely the smoothest and most responsive version, but that's no fun. We like showing off the other versions for this game. PS1, N64, dare I mention Dreamcast.
we don't do, because nobody does it.
Yeah, for some reason that version is just not very popular. I mean, there's like one runner.
It might be because the loads are literally minutes upon minutes upon minutes.
Yeah.
Of extra loading time.
It's just not
and
optimized.
Also the analog stick is glitched in a weird way. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I would say, if you are gonna run the Dreamcast version, just get like a custom controller, like a third-party one.
Just use D-pad.
Or you can play with the D-pad, but why would you want to do that?
No, even with like using a custom controller, I think it's.
Is it really? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have a controller converter, and it still feels so weird.
Oh, so it's not even like a hardware issue; it's like a software issue.
It's worse than it's worse than the pre-patched PS4, PS5 version, which, by the way, you can get.
Yeah, this game was probably like last year now. It was re-released on the PlayStation Store. So if you have a PS4 or a 5 and you're feeling nostalgic, there.
That version
or
is
if you already
also
bought it
kind of
free, you can just download it for free.
Or that.
Yeah. The PS4 and PS5 patch version is also quite messed up controls-wise because the analog stick is bound like the D-pad, so it's also hard to control properly. You don't have proper analog controls.
But they did recently update it and they added achievements, which is cool. So if you're an achievement hunter, there you go.
Yeah, you just have to deal with the controls not being perfect.
When I first started running this game, this umbrella jump was like the hardest trick in the game for me. Looks like it's coming back.
This umbrella jump is still pretty challenging.
Especially, especially on this version. Look how laggy this area is because there's so many things loaded up. the little rain particles don't help either, so it's just a lot on the N64 hardware. Cool.
Alright, so Spaghetti is heading over to the puzzle token. That was weird.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Textbooks got super delayed.
It was because
I don't know
he was sliding on the tiny little like handle of the garbage can lid. He was sliding off of it, but very, very slowly, but just enough.
Very, very
Just
slowly.
enough for him to like not be standing still, so I had to wait for it.
Yeah, because if you collect a token and you're still moving, the text box will not pop up until you stop moving, and that's actually going to be super important to remember for a trick later on in the run. So Spaghetti has all 5 collectibles and is making his way over to the collectible token.
Making my way
Meanwhile, Electric
downtown.
Man is currently in Al's Spaceland and just
Yep.
got the puzzle token from the
one of the most underrated
infamous
levels in the
claw
game.
machine.
Mhm.
Thankfully got the claw first try. That claw machine can be very tricky to figure out
Maneuver.
where
and it's
it
also
is, at least on the
random
PS1 version.
where it ends up. So you have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
There's also an achievement where you fail that thing 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and it's called like this game is rigged or something like that.
Yep.
'Cause
Which it is, because it's a super hard token to get consistently. Because the shadow, at least on most versions, the shadow is very hard to see where it's actually under. Yeah, Spaghetti is currently doing the Slime Time boss fight, which just requires a whole bunch of mashing. Let me call Thermal real quick. Maybe he can do this better.
Yeah,
Nah,
and
you're doing good.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but I do mesh upside down in that level. With the controller upside down. Just so I could get a better grip on my right thumb.
Yeah, lots of different mashing techniques for that level have been developed over time. Alright, Spaghetti's now heading over into Al's Toy Barn. It looks like Electric Man is ahead, but keep in mind Electric Man is going to have to revisit Ali's Toys later, so still up in the air who is currently in the lead.
I think he still might be ahead because I think he was like maybe
Yeah.
30 or 40 seconds ahead of me coming out of
Yeah.
construction yard.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
rest will converge
I don't
later
know why-
near the end of the
I don't
run,
know
so
why, but
we'll
I-
get a better
Right.
idea then.
Okay. And there's another difference between the PlayStation and N64, is that those invisible platforms are visible in the N64 version, but for some reason all other versions they don't have it.
But the collision is still there no matter what version, so you're able to jump on it. It's just only in the N64 version you're able to see where you're going, see where you're jumping. Alright, Spaghetti's about to do the single visit for Al's Toy Barn. This is definitely a lot easier on N64 and non-PC versions, just because, for some reason, I don't actually know why, but the frame rate determines how difficult it is to hit that shadow box there. And the only reason we need to do that single visit is to get the collectible on top of that box.
Yeah, because normally you would need the hover boots, but if you do that sick little jump, you can get the chicken early, and you don't have to come back to this level.
So Electric Man is doing the Toy Barn counter boss and is going to be doing what's called Dizzy Strats. So there is a dizzy animation that Buzz is able to do, and if that dizzy animation ends during a cutscene, you're actually able to gain movement when you're not supposed to be able to. So as soon as that dizzy animation stops, Electric Man is able to move during the cutscene and fight the enemies early. That is going to be very important for a couple of tricks later on, but this was like kind of the first main instance that dizzy strats were in this boss fight.
Yep. And then I found another way to do it, to make it like, where it makes it like almost under a minute.
We get there, just use the rocket boost, which just got unlocked, to jump through that vent. Usually you're supposed to push a bunch of boxes and do a bunch of puzzle stuff. I don't remember how it works, but doing a nice little rocket boot skip there.
We're actually doing this area backwards.
Yes.
So going in with using the rocket boots to get up into that little vent was not the intended way. We're actually supposed to come this way and then go all the way around, push a box to get up to that chick, that little baby chicken. But doing this area backwards is a lot faster.
So Electric Man is currently in probably one of the more infamous levels of the run, which is Elevator Hop. Just unlocked the grapple hook ability, which you need to in order to climb up this elevator shaft. And Spaghetti is heading over onto the coin token, which is in Al's office.
Yeah, I'm good on
For
coins.
the any percent category, there is a very cool trick that you would do here, where you would be able to, since we don't unlock the disc launcher, I actually did it in my trilogy run.
Oh, nice.
You can do a pretty nice looking trick to get that. But for this run, since we have the disc launcher, we are just going to get it normally by using the disc launcher to unlock these cabinets. And then hope that you get good RNG for... Or even unlock the... You ran out of discs! These disc launchers are quite annoying sometimes.
Yeah, they just don't want to work. There it goes, now it locks on.
There we go.
But, let's see. Oh, this is bad. Open.
Open? Okay, good. Thankfully that opened. Alright, so Electric Man has made it to the top of the elevator shaft and opened a little shortcut there. Do this puzzle, which is the same every time, and hopefully the ceiling mouse. Perfect, that ceiling mouse was nice. That ceiling mouse can be very mean and very annoying sometimes. Electric Man also got the wall mouse. Those two wall mouse are the most infamous wall mouses of the game.
No, it's called the mouse duo. Baby mice.
Yeah,
it's the baby mice duo. Call it the baby mice duo.
Those two mice can give you so many troubles. And then now we are going to be climbing up this elevator shaft. These cycles can be pretty weird. There are some ways to manipulate it, but even so, there's been quite a few routes. There's been like the new route and the new route for this level, and if you mess up, it can get very out of sync easily. But it looks like Electric Man is getting pretty good cycles here. So making his way over to the boss. Also, if you can see here, Spaghetti's claw machine has a lot bigger and a lot more defined shadow, which makes getting the puzzle token in that level a lot easier to do.
Even if you like,
shadow in most other versions.
Even if you like get it kind of like off center, it'll still usually grab it. It's very generous on this version.
Yeah, it's very generous, the shadow for the visual cue on N64, whereas on PC and PS1 and Dreamcast, not so generous at all.
Yeah.
Would now
Alright,
be a
so
good
Electric
time
Man-
for a donation?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We have a $25 donation from Waupsu, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who says, "Let's go Spaghetti, yay!" And they put their incentive toward the Woody character for the poll to choosing the Toy Story 3 character. So, Buzz Lightyear is in first place with $30, but Woody is close behind at $25.
Thank you very much. I hope I don't have to run Buzz and run Woody instead, because Woody is the... Actually, the...
Awesome. So what Electric Man just did there is a trick called text storage. So basically, if you are able to collect a token and still move afterwards, you'll be able to store the text box. There, Electric Man used it just to be able to grab the puzzle, the collectible token during the animation, because you're able to, basically, when you talk to an NPC, you're able to dismiss the text box, and then while that animation is going, you're able to regain movement. So that was just a small little skip there, but later it's going to be used for a major sequence break.
And man, I wish I was kind of wanting to reroute the level coming up soon, but I'm gonna be heading back to Alleys and Gullies then.
Yep, Lightman's heading on back to Alleys and Gullies. Meanwhile, Spaghetti is completing the Al Spaceland mini-boss.
Overshot that jump a little bit. All
Yeah.
good.
Something else we forgot to mention is a lot of times when defeating a boss or a race or something, you're able to stand over where the token is, and you can skip the token spawning animation. And you can also do that if, with doing some weird trickery, you're able to get that text storage trick. Also, these boxes are visible on N64. Yep. Alright, so Spaghetti and Electric Man are now doing have kind of swapped levels.
Yeah.
Because of the reroute on PS1.
Don't worry, we'll get back to the main path.
Diverging paths lead to the same destination.
Sound like a fortune cookie.
It does.
And it does.
Alright, it looks like Spaghetti is just about completed with Al's Spaceland and is heading on over to Toy Barn Encounter. Once again, going to be doing the Dizzy strats.
Except
And Electric Man is making his way on up to the boss.
And now I'm gonna do something really swag that I think everybody should do. Let's see if I can do the swag. I've been so swag right now. Let's see if I can get more swag. Here we go.
Bro is swagged out.
I didn't get the coin, but I'm going through this pipe backwards.
Electric Man, just by the way, we don't say swag anymore. It's Riz now.
What's wrong? Do you want swag merch?
Riz. Get with the times.
Come on, all the cool kids. They always say swag.
Like 10 years ago, maybe.
I mean, you do you, I guess.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Swag to your heart's
Oh.
content.
We do have another donation, if now is a good time to read one.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
swag,
go
yeah.
Perfect. We got a $10 donation from Waupsu again, who says, "Oh, you don't want Woody? Too bad, hee hee." And they sent a $10 towards the Woody
Dang.
character choice, and now Woody is leading.
Okay.
That's funny.
Thank you so much. Really, it's because I'm a fan of Western characters personally.
That's pretty good. That's pretty swag. Now you got me saying it.
These are a couple of pretty swag runs we got so far.
Yeah.
Alright, so Spaghetti just entered Elevator Hop, and Electric Man is about to finish the Alleys and Gullies revisit.
Okay, this game is a little bit troll right now.
Third time's the charm. That jump is also a lot harder on N64,
Yeah.
I believe.
You have to get it on like the peak, like the apex of the little platform you're jumping off, that coil. Because for whatever reason, Buzz's jumps don't, or they're not, yeah, his jump height isn't as high as the other versions. So you can still make like every jump that PC would, but sometimes instead of just doing like a clean jump, you might end up just ledge grabbing instead. It's like that much of a difference between a regular jump and a ledge grab.
Alright, so Electric Man, I believe, is now heading on to Al's penthouse, which has probably the best song in the game.
Debatable.
Debatable. What would you say is your favorite song?
Alleys and Gullies.
Alleys and Gullies is also a banger.
And then Toy Barn.
Toy Barn is great too. It's so good they have to
Yeah.
copyright Twitch.
Literally.
Alright, so here Electric Man is going to be doing what's called train jump, and in this game there's actually a buffer jump, so as soon as you do a double jump, you're able to hold jump, and then on the frame that Buzz lands, he'll do a frame perfect jump, and that makes doing that train jump a lot easier. I believe people, before buffer jumps were found, people would just mash that it was a lot more inconsistent. Both these runners have been using buffer jumps all throughout the game in just various spots. Buffer jumping is a very important mechanic in this game.
Yeah, once I figured that
Electric
out, I
Man-
started using it everywhere. Makes a big difference.
Yep.
Electric Man just
And
did
since
a
I'm
jump off the
Smash
shadow
Brothers,
box. That's called
buffering
radio
is
jump.
no shortage.
And Electric Man actually just did damage to the boss right before spawning it in with the first amount of damage to defeat it just a little bit quicker. And now we are going to be heading on over to the race token.
Actually, no.
Oh, sorry, we're gonna be heading over to
I do a
Al's
different
bathroom.
route. Because
We're heading
it's
on over-
PlayStation. I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna do the water jump first.
So
Let's see if I can get the
usually
first
we would
try.
flood Al's bathroom here, but we wanna save on water, so we're not gonna flood Al's bathroom. This is floodless. There's a little shadow jump that you can do. This one's kind of tricky, but hopefully you'll get it here.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I'm gonna flood it anyway. I don't know why,
you
but
gotta save on the
every
water.
single time I practiced it, he just wouldn't grab it. Like I
But
said,
what
the
about
jump
Al's
height makes a
water
really
bill?
big difference.
Al deserves
You're
it.
causing so much. Yeah, Al deserves
He's a
having water
villain.
damage in his apartment.
Ruin his renter's credit.
Alright, so Spaghetti just defeated the elevator hop boss. Click the token, and hopefully the cycle lines up perfectly. Spaghetti here is also going to be doing tech storage again by waiting at the top of this elevator shaft and going down at the right time to collect the token while still being able to move. And then there's actually a N64 exclusive tech storage that Spaghetti's going to do. If you want to explain that when you get to it, Spaghetti.
Yeah, I'll have to grab the wall mouse. I missed him though.
Oh,
Yeah, little bugger.
that wall mouse can be so frustrating sometimes. I think I also missed him in my trilogy run.
I think that I didn't.
Oh, you know what?
Now that it's
I actually can't do it because of that. I just realized. Because we would normally be collecting the mouse token here with the tech storage I just got, but I missed the wall. I mean, we can. No, because I'm gonna hit the floor. I'll just take it off. Yeah. We would have normally touched the wall mouse or the mouse there to collect her token, but since I missed this wall mouse, I couldn't do the trick. I mean, it only saves like a second, second and a half, but it's all good. We can show off the other one though, which is this one here. So the way we set this one up is we go into a spin, grab that token, go into free fall, and now we can move, and we have tech storage for that token we just grabbed.
That is such a cool trick, and that is N64 exclusive. I think because of how the landing with collecting a token works on N64 versus other versions.
Yeah, if you gain movement, it'll let you move. But other versions, you're just stuck until you hit the floor, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, collecting the token during the animation because we triggered tech storage.
Yeah, so we didn't have to wait for Ham to spawn his token. We just grabbed it instantly, doing the tech storage there.
That's the ticket. Here you go, Buzzy Boy.
I have another donation if now's a good time.
Definitely.
Go ahead. I'm just going
All right,
into
we
the
have
bird.
a $20 donation from Whirligig Studios, who
Ooh.
says, I'm an alien, space is superior, and now Buzz Lightyear is back in the lead, leading by
Oh my gosh.
$15
Oh
for that
boy,
character.
I might have jinxed that.
All
Now
right,
people are gonna
we got an actual
Got a
bid war
competitive
now.
bid word here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all so much for donating, and if you'd like to donate at any time, you can type !donate in chat, and all of the money we raise goes to Prism, an LGBTQ plus charity in Southern Florida.
Let's go.
Also, just want to shout out my Inside Out Glitch Showcase incentive that is happening. I would love to show off a bunch of cool glitches for that, so be sure to donate to that as well.
Yeah. This jump
Right
here.
now,
Oh, go for it.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, I got it first try, so it doesn't matter. But that jump, the window, jumping off. Never mind. Here we go. All right, perfect. So this jump is really infamous as well. It's super inconsistent. Of course, I got it first try. Oh, there we go. Okay, so normally he doesn't grab the ledge that easily. I made it look easy when it's not. So thankfully, the game
Grabbing that ledge
cooperated.
is super inconsistent and super just
No, I'm
weird.
on
Yeah.
board.
When I first started running this game, that was killing my runs like 90% of the time. I would get a really good pace, and then I would instantly lose it all trying to get up there. Also, this guy is giving me an issue here.
Yep.
This is bad.
I'm exiting out of airport infiltration because this thing is also cycle based, and you need to be perfect in order to even have a chance at world record. For 100% PS1, that is.
Well,
I don't know about other versions.
thankfully, you do have world record for PS1, right?
I do, but
How did it go on your world record run? Was that good or
it was also perfect.
nice?
But I kind of want to demonstrate why you have to be perfect. See this little like. I think I'm on the. There, second try. The second try is not bad. Basically, this thing is also cycle-based like elevator hop, but it's much more lenient. But I kind of want to get the perfect like.
Conveniently, I also have world record on the N64 version, so I just realized we're 2 world record holders right now for each version.
2 record.
Yep.
I'm the odd one out. I don't have a record
For this game.
yet.
Yeah.
Ah, why? Sometimes that can happen. That was almost the perfect cycle, but
All right, so
And
here's
Spud's
Get
been
is
like-
going to try to do the floodless trick. So maybe this time we will
Be able to show it off.
bear out the water bill and the water damage.
Yeah. Like we mentioned earlier, though, shadow boxes are a lot easier to get on N64, so I don't really struggle with that one too much.
Yeah, definitely. Got first try there.
But like we mentioned earlier, the jump I just did right now to get up here, I had to like jump on the little ledge and then grab that door. Other versions can just jump straight to the door, but because Buzz's jump is slightly shorter in this one, I had to do little changes like that.
I actually didn't know that.
Mhm.
There's quite a few like small N64 things that are just some weird quirks to the N64 version.
Yeah, when I was first learning the route and I was trying to learn a different, I was looking at a different version's route. I'm like, why can't I make that jump? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it turns
Another
out.
weird difference between N64 and other versions is for being able to. So we're doing 100%, which means we collect all the tokens. But for any percent, N64 only needs 30 tokens to collect. But for some reason, on all of the other versions, you need to collect 40 versions. And I think the leading theory is that they thought, oh, N64 is more of a kids console, and kids can't collect as many tokens, so we'll only make them collect 30 or something stupid like that.
Yeah,
but it's very strange. that it leads to
I
two
kind of
very different routes and runs.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm just gonna be unlocking the final power up of the game.
It's pretty cool that they did that though, because it gives us a different route for any percent, which is really sick.
Yeah, the routes are quite different, which makes for like three main routes, like 30 token, 40 token, and 50 token, which gives lots of potential for routing optimizations, and it's been very cool to see the route optimized for all 3 runs over the years.
Nope, I was too early on that jump. But there's like another difference. Every other version, you only need to jump once, and then you can just grab the token, because I think the token spawn is like much quicker than on PS1. In PS1, you have to like do a double jump in order to grab it, and you have to time it, which is why it's the more skill-based category. The other versions combined.
So Spaghetti here is doing the Zerg boss fight. This boss can only be damaged by the spin attack or the disc launchers, but there's no disc launchers in this level, so just have to spin attack and try to get Zerg in the corner. That's kind of the optimal way to do it in a lot of cases.
On the N64 version, he actually moves pretty slowly, so you don't have to hit him in the corner. Makes it a little faster. I mean, you could if you want to play it safe so he doesn't move around as much, but you can actually just beat him straight up like that.
But on other versions, such as the PC, you definitely want to trap him in the corner.
Here's another N64 exclusive, I believe. The shadow box jump on this side here to get up to the little tyke. So that is a different way of getting up here versus, I don't know if Electric Man did it, but it was like using the little monkey bars. Yeah,
he did that.
Yes. Yeah, and that is pretty precise as well.
Yeah.
Pretty precise for all versions.
I tried learning it that way first, and I struggled too much, and then I found out about the shadow box thing there, and I was like, oh, let's do this. Why make it harder on myself?
On the penultimate level here, Tarmac Trouble, which I'm gonna try to do the exploit that Izzy was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, so I'll try to explain this a little bit. So the text storage trick, up until now, we've only used it really to collect some tokens, like skip their spawning animations. But what we're actually able to do is we're able to completely skip the race token in this level. So the race token in this level usually requires us to go around this giant goo maze without jumping, and it's very long, very tedious. It is so annoying, and for years and years we were wanting a skip for it. The text storage allowed that to happen. Basically, when you get text storage and you talk to an NPC, you're able to keep moving before, you're able to keep moving before you dismiss a text box from a character. So we're able to move before we talk to Slinky and have him spawn the token, and then once the token spawns, we'll be standing right where the token is at, and then we can just be at the very end and not have to worry about getting damaged by the goo. So Electric Man here is going to be defeating the boss and try to get text storage with the dizzy animation.
Let's try. Oh, I got very lucky there.
Nice, got the text storage, so text box into pop-up, he is still storing it, and for 100%, this is actually kind of a really delicate route. We have to keep moving here, because if we ever stop moving, then the text box will pop up, and text storage will be lost, and we're gonna try to get on top of this airplane in order to get up to a collectible.
Yep, which are the luggages. Or suitcases,
so we're gonna...
if you like to call them that.
So now we're just waiting for the plane to come over to platform 8 so we can get the suitcase. Just a lone suitcase on platform 8 for some reason. And now we're going to be getting the screen laser and collecting some points as we make our way over to the race area.
and I usually like to check my health just to see if I'm like. If
I check
need
my
it.
health all the time when I'm running.
Oh,
Constantly pressing RB.
that's another difference as well with the N64 version. So every time you complete a level or even just exit a level, your health actually regenerates. So
Or resets.
yeah, it resets. So your health resets between levels, which is really cool. So I don't really have to worry
It
too
doesn't on
much.
PS1?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that was only PC.
Or I don't know. I mean, Electric Man could correct me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just resets back to full whenever you leave a level.
So it does that on PS1 as well?
No, it does not.
Oh.
It's N64 exclusive.
There you go.
I'm coming up to the.
Yeah.
This puzzle's very RNG based, and I got a 2 change. You generally want a 2 change on this puzzle token.
So Electric Man collected the race token, talked to Slinky, and then moved to where the token was going to spawn, and then made the text box go away, and that allows us to get that race. That the week that was found, that was like the biggest moment in Toy 2 speedrunning, in my opinion. That was such an amazing moment.
It made like so many old runners come back to try it and like improve their run because it was free
like
time
so
save.
many free time save, pretty much. As long as you're able to get the text storage there, you pretty much have free time save. But getting text storage is kind of tricky, at least in that spot, because there's not a defined facial key that you can see down there, so you kind of have to use context clues and peripheral vision to see where the token is going to spawn. Right now, Electric Man is just collecting the final few coins and the final collectible to get the coin and collectible tokens. Spagett just completed the race token in airport and is heading on up to the boss, I believe.
We did the boss. We're just gonna collect a Ham's token now. Yeah. We're done with this level.
Okay, yeah. And also, what both runners did in airport is, during the race, they actually collected the collectible token during the race. For any percent, there's a much harder version of that, often called YOLO, or Puzzle During Race, where instead of collecting the collectible token during the race, you have to collect the puzzle token versus the race, and you have like 1 second or half a second of.
Oh, I got the rare.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
I got the rare spin animation. Basically, never mind. It's just a audio bug.
Alright, so Electric Man is heading on over to the final boss, and Spagett is on to the airplane now and is gonna try his luck at the tech storage as well. Collecting this airplane suitcase.
Did Electric Man do the same tarmac route where you get up here first?
Yeah,
You did?
I believe
Okay.
so.
Yeah, because there is a different route for this level too.
I decide not to do it because it's really risky.
It's really risky and it barely saves any time. to be
Yeah.
honest. I don't know how people do that route. Hey, you're both fighting the blacksmith at the same time.
Yep.
It's you have to deal with Prospector the Skank Squad. Time's coming up for me momentarily.
I jumped the wrong way there,
Yeah,
so
Under me.
The final,
There it is.
the final boss for the run is pretty much just they just took 3 mini bosses and they're like, let's just put them all together and have you fight them all at once. Prospector, the blacksmith, and the gunslinger. So yeah, that is completed on Electric Man's side, and Spaghett's not too far behind. Just got
Spaghetti.
I don't know if you guys
Spaghetti.
I don't know if you guys saw Woody's face there, but it looks incredibly worse on N64. But
Woody's face is quite
I
weird.
missed tech storage as well, so we're gonna have to do this the long way as far as
See
the race goes.
how the
I'm
race
gonna
is
showcase the
supposed to
game
go.
over screen.
Go for
Oh wait,
it.
no, this the wrong file. Wrong file. I think it was it this one? I don't trying to remember which file I have that includes the game over screen. Oh yeah, there's this one. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fall over on that Zerg again, but this time I'm just gonna fall to my death. And
I have
then
some more donations if now is a good time.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so we got a $20 donation by Waupsu again, who says,
Dang.
reach for the sky.
Mhm.
And that went towards the Woody poll for the character choice. Then
Nice.
just a few seconds later, we got Whirligig Studios with $30, who says, you're saving kids' lives. I am eternally grateful.
Mhm.
And they put that money towards Buzz Lightyear. So Woody was in the lead for a few seconds, and then it switched
Dang.
back to
oh my
Buzz.
gosh.
So we currently have Buzz Lightyear with $80, Woody with 55, and poor Jesse with 0. But you can still vote for Jesse, so
I don't know.
you
Maybe
never know.
somebody's gonna.
Voting for Jesse would not be.
There's
like
gonna be
bad
a
idea.
there's gonna be a Jesse super fan with like $100 dono. I just know it.
It might
Yeah.
be me. It might be me.
Are you actually a Jesse fan? A big Jesse?
I love Jesse.
Nice.
Jesse's my
I
favorite
like him
character.
too.
Of the three, at least.
I'm a pretty big Buzz fan. I used to like Woody the most, and then I watched Toy Story 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
Toy Story 4
Uh,
changed my opinions on him.
On Woody?
Yeah.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, like I said, Woody was my favorite, and then I watched Toy Story 4,
Yeah.
and now Buzz is my favorite. But in my head, that's not the same Woody. It's some weird alternate universe.
Yeah. Maybe they'll retcon the Toy Story 4 when Toy Story 5 comes out in a couple of years.
That'd be sick. I doubt it though, but good dream.
Yeah. I am hoping that they will kind of bring the story back on track and kind of redeem some of the flaws that Toy Story 4 had. But I am skeptically optimistic about Toy Story 5 because the person who is directing it, Andrew Stanton, he directed Finding Nemo, he directed WALL-E, and he also wrote for, I believe, the first 3 and maybe the 4th movie he wrote as well, or he helped write on. So he's a longtime Pixar veteran, and he has been announced as the one directing for Toy Story 5. So I'm personally very interested and optimistic on how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, that's a good sign actually. So hopefully it works
I'm
out.
a Pixar mega fan, so if you have any Pixar questions, definitely ask me because I probably can answer them. Not to brag or anything, but I can list every Pixar movie in order of release and their directors and co-directors.
I mean, we got time. Do you want to try it? Oh, you don't
Let's
have to
see,
do the
there's
directors, but you can just do the release.
Yeah, there's Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars 3, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, Lightyear, Elemental, Inside Out 2, and then their next film that's coming up next year is Elio.
Elio.
And then there's an unannounced film the year after that, and then Toy Story 5 as well.
Dang. Good job.
Yeah, that's all of them.
I just counted, and you were spot on.
I didn't realize Brave came out. Brave felt older. I didn't realize it was like that close to like more of the next gen stuff. Could you say Brave, then Monsters
Brave
University?
was 2012. Yeah, Brave was 2012, and then Monsters University was 2013.
Dang, I thought it came out way before that.
All right, Spaghetti is heading on into the final boss, so time is coming up soon. Congratulations, you've collected all 50 tokens.
We did it.
100% has been completed.
And all that's left is to save our pal Woody. Oh god, look at him.
Oh god, his face. look at their faces.
Do we actually
Jesse and
want to
Woody,
save
what
them?
happened here?
Yeah. and
Do we really want to save
like
them, or should we?
His gank squad.
Also, look at how big this level is. There had to be more planned for this level.
Yeah.
Considering how big this arena is.
Yeah, we had some
The
cool.
bosses in this game are kind of rushed.
Yeah, I mean there are some cool ones. Like I think the one with the most like thought process was probably what's it called?
Toy Barn Encounter?
Yeah, Toy Barn Encounter. I think that one was like the one that had the most thought put into it.
That one definitely has the most strats to
Yeah,
it.
but everything else
Alright,
is
and
time.
Time.
Oh
Alright.
god.
That face.
He's
So much
seen
worse
some
on
stuff.
N64.
Yeah.
He's
I
seen
always forget.
some weird stuff that nobody wants to see.
But yeah, that was Toy Story 2. Went a little overestimate, but you know, it's all good. Thank you guys for watching. Congrats, Electric Man, for the first place on that one. And I'm glad that we were able to raise so much money for that. The incentives and stuff, the bid war. So this little block was
Tons
pretty
of
good.
donations during that.
Yeah. Thank you to all the donators. Thank you to everybody who watched. Shouts out to the Toy Story 2 community. I see you in chat. Shout out to Electric Man for doing this race with me and Izzy for commentating. That's going to be it for me. I actually have to go get ready for work. Take it away, Electric Man.
Yeah. And if you want to see me run this game and do some challenge runs, you can find me on Twitter at electric_man17, as well as on Twitch. And I'll be doing some challenges on my YouTube channel, which is also electric_man17, because you love doing these challenges. I just love this game to death.
Oh.
Anyways,
And you can find me on Twitch at IzzyHope58. I run a ton of Pixar games, and I have a couple more runs in the marathon. I'll be doing Monsters Inc. in a short bit, and Inside Out later today.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining. And with that, we are going to head to a short break. So stay tuned.
Bye-bye.